My father passed away 3 weeks ago, and I was talking to a friend of mine today, and I realized that I have not drowned my sorrows in alcohol or drugs or shopping. And I wanted to share this with you in case if you're going through a grieving moment and need support and want to honor your body as much as you want to honor the person who passed. And I mean, I don't really drink that much in general. I don't overeat anymore and I don't do drugs. But I know in the past, I would want a cookie or a cake to be my emotional support. And I remember when 9/11 happened and I watched everything from my windows in New York. My friend and I went to Magnolia Bakery afterwards and we had cake, and I had the German chocolate cake. And I remember not being quite aware that that was my coping mechanism, and I wasn't hungry, but I knew that I needed something like carbs and sugar in that moment because I didn't know how to deal with what was happening. It was devastating. And then I remember years later that I had an emotional episode, and I remember reading a book about emotional eating, and I remember wanting a cookie. Eating the cookie, knowing that the cookie was emotional support, and knowing that I cannot feel the feelings without the emotional support of the cookie, and having the awareness of eating the cookie while understanding it is for emotional support. And I think that was a big moment for me in understanding that food is an emotional support and we can learn to be without it because we're strong and we can feel our feelings. And when my father passed, it was devastating. And at the same time, I was really being present to the fact that, what does it mean to pass? Because energy cannot be created or destroyed, whether you believe in physics or you believe in religion. Both say, spirit cannot be created or destroyed, energy cannot be created or destroyed. It just changes form. So it was about honoring that he's just changed form and he's still here in space in different dimension. We just cannot see him in the same form. And it's okay missing him in a physical form. And it is okay feeling the feeling. And I was talking to my friend about it, and I thought, wow, I'm so happy that I was able to process those feelings without a crutch of alcohol or sugar or whatever else, because no matter how much you eat, no matter how much you drink, no matter how much drugs you do, you will still have those feelings. They will still sit somewhere. They need to be felt. They need to be witnessed. They need to be honored. And if you don't, they'll just sit there and they will fester, 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 rot, rot, rot. And you're doing a disservice to the person who passed because you are not giving them space and giving yourself space to feel this of emotion, and you're not honoring your body because your body's not hungry. Your body doesn't want extra sweets. Your body doesn't want an extra alcohol. And again, I'm not saying to not eat sweets or drink alcohol ever. And I drank an occasional prosecco what I wanted to, but it wasn't in order to feel better. And the one thing that I learned a long time ago that was like breakthrough for me: try to eat and drink to feel even better, not to feel better, because food can be a great amplifier of emotion, but it should not be a substitute to feeling the emotion just for the time to pass. And it didn't take me, a day to get here. It took me a long time to get here. And I want to share with you of what did help. And it is the stages of change. It is the stages of change and having the awareness of those stages. So the first stage is when, let's say, something happened, someone passed, you're grieving, and you stuffed your body with food, and you're just like, oh my God, now not only am I grieving, but why did I eat all this food? Why did I go against my better judgment, so to speak. And so that's the first step, actually, being aware of like, why did I do that? The feelings are still there. They're just stuffed, and now I feel uncomfortable and full and bloated. Plus, I still have the grief. And then the second stage is when you just ate whatever it is, you drank whatever it is, and then right after, you're like, why did I just do that? And you catch yourself right after. The next stage is when you're eating whatever it is, the cake, cookie, and you're like, wow, I'm eating this. to stuff myself. I'm eating this to not have the emotion. I'm eating this for whatever reason. That's the next stage. And so when you catch yourself, don't feel bad. Don't feel bad like, oh my God, I can't believe I did this again. No, you go, oh my God, amazing. I am honoring my body with this awareness. The next stage, the fourth stage, is when you're about to eat something. You just ordered the cake, you just ordered the champagne or whatever, vodka tonic and a pizza, and you're like, what am I doing? I'm about to stuff my face. Instead of processing the grief, instead of processing the emotion. Next fourth stage, and you go, you know what? I don't want this anymore. I'm gonna feel the feels. They need to be honored. This person who passed deserves me spending time and feeling the emotion. And the next stage is when you don't even think about it. It doesn't even occur to you. You just feel the feelings and you go, okay, there they are. I'm feeling this. I'm feeling anger. I'm feeling whatever stage you are on. And this can be applied not just for grieving a person, it can be grieving a relationship, it can be grieving an ending to anything. And it's about honoring that grief or anger or hurt and naming it and walking around the house and saying, I feel angry, I feel angry, I feel angry, I feel hurt, I feel hurt, and saying that feeling with the word I feel, not I am angry or I am hurt. No, you say I feel angry, I feel hurt, because now it separates you from the I am, right? You're not your anger, you're not your hurt, you're not your grief. You are feeling, you're experiencing those feelings. And having that distinction can bring a lot of peace because you go, oh, I'm feeling these feelings and bringing yourself into the body and going, oh my God, I'm here. I'm still here. I'm safe and I'm feeling it. I'm angry. I'm angry. Or sorry, I feel angry. I feel angry. I feel angry. I'm here. I'm here. I'm here. I'm here feeling angry. I'm here feeling hurt. And then you do that. And the more you say it, the more you process it, it goes, you feel it, and then you say it and you hear it, it registers and you'll go, oh, I moved the feeling in and out of my body. And so it doesn't get stuck. Sometimes the bubbles pop up on Zoom. I'm recording it on Zoom, so it's easy this way. But that's what helps me. That's what helps me to move through it. And then it's like riding a wave. Everybody says that it's like riding a wave, and you feel it, you feel it, you feel it. And here's the cool thing. Your body, and I'm smiling, like I know I'm grieving, but I'm smiling because there's nothing like why it does, it's just it is what it is. There's nothing you can do about it. And sharing this and sharing that I can help somebody makes me smile. So I hope you don't think it's weird that I'm smiling during this video. But I'm genuinely like, well, actually, that's another story I'll tell you in a minute. But it's about honoring your feelings. It's about knowing that you can survive the feeling. And it's knowing that your brain can only take so much. And at one point, you'll be like, I can't feel this much anger anymore. I'm tired. I'm tired. And then you move to the next stage of grief. You move to the next stage because you process it. Your body and your mind can only process so much until it moves on. You're like, okay, I'm done. These are the feelings. And what I wanted to share is, oh my gosh, I forgot. Oh yeah. So why I'm smiling too is because I realize sometimes I'm like, well, I really miss my father. And I'm like, well, what is it that I miss? I miss talking to him, right? I miss knowing he's there. And I'm like, but he's still here. He's still there, just different dimension, right? And having that knowing that he's still here gives me hope that I will be able to find a new way of communicating with him, a new way of talking to him that is not going to be in the same realm that was when he was alive in the physical body. And so I feel like maybe he's not gone. And then honestly, like one day we're all going to be gone. And we're all gonna know what it's like, and we'll know how the story ends, so to speak. But we're here now, we're alive now, and we can do something about it. And that's what I've been doing and processing my feelings and not needing a crutch. But again, it took me a long time to get here. It wasn't an overnight job. But just realizing this today, like, oh my gosh, I didn't eat anything. And it started the first time I've actually had that when my dog passed away. It was 2021. So like 5 years, 4 years ago, 4 years ago, it was December 2021. And I remember walking around the apartment and just saying things, feeling the feelings, and honoring him enough and honoring my body enough to not want to stuff my face with something that's not going to help in any way. And again, if you do it with awareness and if you're on level 3 of change, you're like, okay, I'm eating right now, stuffing my feelings, and it's my emotional support food. And you're doing it with awareness, so that's your emotional support food. Be so proud of yourself that you are doing it with awareness, because the moment you are aware of what you're doing, that's the biggest thing, because most people are not even aware of what they're doing. So being aware, like, oh my God, I'm doing this, I'm doing that, and like, oh, you have a choice. You can change it or you can continue on, but you make it with a choice. And even if you want to continue eating the cake because it's your emotional cake, emotional support cake, and you don't want to feel the feelings without the cake because it's your beginning journey, it's okay too. It's okay too to not feel your feelings fully and need the cake. It's totally fine. But knowing these stages, I hope it helps you. I hope it helps you because you can know that it's possible. I mean, I remember 15 years ago, I'm like, I would want to give up my arm for not for being the person who does not want chocolate. Like we have chocolate in our house, we throw it out because it went bad because we forget we had chocolate. Like we throw out sweets because they're just there for the moment we crave them physically, and then we forget because we don't crave sugar that much anymore because we have fun in our lives with other things than food. There's other ways to have a life without just, eating and or shopping or whatever it is. And again, not to say that there's anything wrong with eating, shopping, or drinking. If it doesn't hurt you and you're doing it and it's fine, and live your life. I just want to be able to do it consciously and not do it as a crutch. And so I bought like two things since he passed, and I wanted those things, and I didn't do it like, oh, I'm gonna do it to, uh, dull the pain. I'm not gonna just go and aimlessly shop. But I was like, oh, this is really pretty, and I really would like it, and it will cheer me up. And why not? I really liked it. Actually, I bought this top. I really liked it, and I was like, you know what? I like this top. It makes me feel good. And why not? But it wasn't to numb the pain. I hope you see the distinction. So anyway, that's me sharing my personal journey, my personal story, and I hope it helps you in whatever process you are in. And wishing you luck. And if you're feeling hurt right now, I'm sending you lots of love, knowing that you're not alone. Make sure you're giving yourself a big, big hug, and you love yourself so much, and you support yourself, and you just be your own best friend, your own parent, your own lover. You have to love yourself first. You have to nourish yourself. You have this amazing body that was given to you as a gift to treasure. So send you lots of love, and until later. Bye.